What did you say that got you reported?
I
Yeah, I
wrote
need to
something
hear
like,
this.
I wrote something. It was like a man and like
Okay.
a sad excuse for a man, and like I insulted like his hairline.
But like, how is that possible though? Because I've had
Insult
people
someone's
write.
hairline and get reported?
Hey, Anthony, where'd you get this podcasting stuff from?
It fell off the back of a truck. Awesome. Welcome back to the Breaking Bread podcast. I'm here with my co-host Sal the Voice,
How you doing?
and we have a very special guest today. We're here with the Burrata babe. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I love how you called out all the other people, like that cry about that. I love how you called that out. I can't stand them.
Get out of
They
here.
are the most annoying people in the
And
world.
I was so mad because I kind of felt like a lot of times when I make those videos, I don't think before I speak, and I should have explained it more. The people that actually speak Italian, when they pronounce it correctly, oh, this isn't Italy, this is America. And then if you say it like the Americanized, like Brooklyn Italian, American Italian way, they come at you. And then if you just say it American, they come at you. So what do you want?
If you have a thought
never
in your
understood it.
head, like, I'm sure a lot of people will agree with this thought, and I'm going to put it out on social media. The only people you're going to find are the people who disagree.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
Right. You're not going to find the people who agree with
No.
you. People who agree with you, they're there. They're
Right.
watching it.
Right.
Right. The people who disagree with you are the ones who are engaging with it.
You know what's the craziest thing? And it hit me the other day. I made a video during the summer
Yeah.
with my girlfriends, and they went like very, very viral.
Oh, the millennial in the bar.
And that one, but there
Those
was
were
another
great.
one I made.
Those were great.
And it was going on a girls' trip in your 30s.
Oh my, yeah.
And we had the face masks on, and it was we couldn't eat dinner too late, and it was all these things. I didn't say anything about me thinking I look young or anything. The comments were so terrible about how we all looked so old, and none of us looked this and none of us looked that. And then like in a different video, when I just say I'm 38, no way, you look 25. And I'm starting to realize that people love to be a hater. That's it. They just want to be haters.
They're contrarians.
If I wouldn't do this, but if I made a video and I was like, I'm 38 and I look 25, they would be saying,
They would go nuts.
They would go nuts, right? It's just so funny to me, like, and I'm learning that. And people say like, oh, ignore the comments. If I have an extra couple minutes, I'm fighting you.
Oh, see, that's it.
That's awesome.
I will fight with people. But I want to body you. I want to bury you.
I feel the same way. I just think people are very, very rude and like, don't talk about my family.
That's
Don't
off limits. That's
talk
off limits.
about my family. I don't care. You could call me ugly. You could say whatever you want to say. I'm putting listen, I could go on about this for days, right?
I like it.
Just because somebody is on social media, like my biggest pet peeve is when someone writes, well, you chose to put yourself on here. No, I don't put every part of every minute of every little thing in my life. I don't owe you anything. Don't talk about my mother, my father, my brother, my sister. Don't talk about my family. Don't talk about my grandfather.
People talking about your grandfather.
Somebody wrote like that his face looks like paper mache. He's 96. He's 96 years old.
God bless that, man.
Okay? He's 96. He's got all his wits about him. You're going to talk about my grandfather's skin? I will fight you. I will find out where you live. I will come for you.
Good for you.
I have a
kinda wanna see
life.
you fight
Don't talk
somebody.
about my family.
Yeah, I
I
have
don't
a
want to
life.
see you fight somebody.
I have a life, but it allows me to like be at home at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday and find you and argue with you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will. I will go back and I will argue. Like, I mean, anytime there's anything about being Italian, I know someone's gonna say like I'm not really Italian. And listen, I don't understand the argument. I just truly don't. Like, no, I was born here, but those are my roots. Those are my roots.
And you're
My
allowed to
father's
honor them however
side
you want.
is full Italian, American Italian, but they're Italian. My last name is Italian. I mean, I don't understand it. So like the whole fake thing.
You'd think a culture should have such an appreciation for people who want to perpetuate it generations after their
Yeah.
families have
And
come
listen, and there's so many people that I know do identify with me and being an American Italian.
Absolutely.
And having pasta on Sundays, and I haven't been to church in a very long time. Made a video about that. But growing up and going to church and celebrating
Yeah.
Palm Sunday and and just eating and like the whole eating aspect and having a big family. I come from a very big family. My mom is one of 7. My dad is one of 4. I have 13 cousins. My cousins are having kids. Like we have a big family. I mean, we're a mixed bag.
What is Christmas Eve like?
Christmas Eve we have to split because
You kids so big.
You
because it's
split the eve?
well, Christmas Eve I spend with my dad's side.
Okay.
And Christmas Day I spend
Oh,
with like
okay, you split
immediate.
Christmas,
Then we
yes,
have like a
I was
whole
gonna
nother
say.
day where I see the other side of the family. But
What about Easter?
Easter I stay home because we kind of just tend to stay immediate because it's just so big.
Yeah.
And it's harder now and everybody's having kids. But
I feel like there's a lot more people who identify with that experience.
I feel like there's
identify with being
off the
born and raised in Italy.
Oh,
right
100%.
now.
Right, and
It's
that's
very
what I mean.
rare.
I'm like, why is there something wrong with that? And the jarred sauce thing. Yeah, I'm using jarred sauce sometimes. I live by myself, and it's good sauce.
Which yard sauce?
Michael's of Brooklyn.
There we go.
Come on, Landy's makes a good sauce. There's enough.
Prego?
Everybody these people are not at home making a pot of sauce. They're not.
Do you have a limit with the jarred sauce? Like, is there like, I won't go to XYZ? I'm
if I
just
use
curious.
Prego?
I'm not a jarred sauce, like, what you could say, like a snob, but like, is there one that you won't like go for?
Of course,
Ever.
there's jarred sauces that I will not go for. Yeah, of course.
Can we name them or no?
I'm not going for like. Honestly, I stopped. I don't mess with the Rails anymore because Campbell's bought it. So
Right. I
It's
was
all
gonna say,
sugar.
really,
It's all
anything-
sugar.
I
That's
don't
all. It's
mess
all.
with
The whole
Rails.
thing is sugar.
I'm sorry. I just
Usually,
don't.
people who eat jarred sauce will say anything that's not made by Kraft, Campbell's, like any of those big.
Yeah, no.
corporations.
When I say jarred sauce, like Michael's, that is homemade sauce. That was jarred.
Right.
Like that's it.
They make it around the corner.
They're making it. Yeah, it's
can- you
a
can go to where
massive
they make it.
operation.
Right.
I mean, come on. So things like that.
It's also something to be very proud of. A local place turning their party room. into a
Randazzo's.
sauce
Randazzo's
factory.
put out a sauce.
I heard that their sauce is very good.
The jar. It literally tastes like. I mean, I've been eating Randazzo since birth. It tastes exactly like the sauce that they're making there because that's what it is. They're making homemade sauce and they're just putting it in a jar. So these people are ridiculous. And my mom's always like, I want to make a video, but we're using jarred sauce. The people are going to come for me. I'm like, and I'll fight them, Mom. You could use whatever you want to use, okay? 'Cause
I love how your mother's fully aware of how people are going to
Yeah.
read. Because she
And I'll
probably
fight
goes
them.
right to the comments. She wants to see
she
people
sticks her
must
face in
love
the camera,
this.
and her whole thing is like,
Yeah.
you do you. That's what she says.
I
Yeah, I
think
love
you want to fight everyone.
Do you. I don't want to fight everybody, but you know what? Social media has made me realize I don't know. I don't wake up and watch people's videos and write mean things.
I know. You have to be a special
You have to
kind
be a
of person.
special type of person.
Yeah.
There's too many of them. It's a problem. And then one time I was fighting with this guy and I got reported and I was just defending
Yeah.
myself. And I'm like, that's when I'm like, I can't fight these people anymore.
Keyboard
Yeah,
warriors.
right. You get reported.
Somebody
Keyboard
told
warriors.
me, honestly, I really don't care what this person thinks of me, but somebody wrote that I should get hit by a car because of the way I talk. So I wrote back, you're not allowed to talk
Doesn't
like
make
that.
any sense.
That absolutely doesn't make any sense. If
Right.
you don't like my voice, like shut off your phone and I don't care.
Actually, someone with your accent would be less likely to get hit by a car.
Because I'm so loud. They would hear me coming. Like, I mean, they would be
What,
like,
what did you say that got you reported?
I
Yeah, I
wrote
did hear
something like,
this.
I wrote something. It was like a man and like
Okay.
a sad excuse for a man and like I insulted like his hairline.
But like, how is that possible though? Because I've had
Insult
people
someone's
wait.
hairline and get reported?
Yeah, I think he might have.
Look at the
reported-
shit people are saying in
And
the
he
comments.
told
Did
me
you get
that
reported for
I
hairline?
should get hit by a car, and I was like,
I've had people say way worse than that to me.
outta here.
That's. I got a death threat because I'm a fake Italian because I'm blonde and pale, and I got a death threat, and they called me a ginger
blondes and pale
Goodfellow.
Italian blondes and pale Italians come from Naples, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Redheaded Italian.
Redheaded
My cousin-
Italian.
I have cousins who are.
Yeah,
who are
I have cousins that have freckles.
redheaded.
Yeah.
These people are out of control, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it funny when people like, if you're responding, you care. No, I just don't think you wouldn't say, these people would not come up to anybody and say it to their face.
No, it's a telephone tough guy.
People will comment. You need to shut up and keep your opinion to yourself. You are sharing your opinion,
And I get it, when you, doing this social media thing, obviously.
but it's great.
But who cares?
It's great.
How do you
because the more
combat-
people flood your comment section.
It's the more you be pushing my video out.
Thank you. That's it.
I'm glad that you realize that only because, that's half the battle with as far as my business goes, is talking people that own restaurants into saying the bad comments don't actually mean that no one's going to come to your place.
Yeah, right.
No, and I'm happy that you said that because, it's better because the video travels more.
Oh, always.
And it'll find the people
always.
you need it to
And
find.
it'll find
they
the
won't
people, right?
comment, but you'll find the people
Yeah.
you need to find.
Yep.
It's very true, and Instagram and just social media in general is like a very crazy.
Those people will buy the book you write about your grandfather. They won't They won't like what you're doing with jarred sauce. But
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But they will.
Exactly.
It'll get to the right people.
And they'll
And
probably
I-
watch this podcast.
Yeah, and speaking of the right people, I mean, your content is absolutely blowing up.
Thank
It's
you
tremendous.
so much. That means like so much to me, especially because I was always so focused on like how many followers I have, and I always put myself like down. Like I don't have 1 million followers. I don't have 200,000 followers, and I'm just starting to realize like it doesn't matter. It matters, but it doesn't. What matters is not the following count. It's the reach and people, and I just want to be myself because I think the right people identify with that, and they respect that, and they enjoy that. And I'm trying to represent, I'm 38, I'm not married, I don't have children, and I cook in my air fryer because,
I love the air fryer.
I love it, and I do think that I represent a lot of women that maybe feel some type of way because they're not married or they don't have kids. And even women that are married and have kids, they're not like, who has time to make, what are you growing the tomatoes? No one's growing the tomatoes in the yard. Like, you know what I mean? I think I represent more women or people
The average woman.
than I don't. And I think there's something to be said about that.
Well, I'm sure a lot of women, married or not married, are using the term security sauce now.
100%.
I think it's.
Security.
I
said-
think about.
Sauce, there's
I have
nothing wrong
always
with that.
ordered an extra sauce with everything, but only since I saw your video am I calling it a security sauce.
No, because you have to secure it. It's got to be secure in the bag. I'm getting it. And if I don't need it, I'll use it for something else. Believe me, I will. I'll make a homemade pizza with the sauce. Like
Something's gonna happen with
something's going to happen. It's
It will
getting
be
used.
utilized.
And that was so funny, that video. Like, that was like such a joke, and that video blew up. I put like a therapy music in the background. It was just kind of like a play on words, and people really resonated with that because I say all the time when people are like, "Oh, describe yourself." If I'm at the nail salon and I don't like the road it's going down, I'm stopping you in your tracks, and I'm saying I don't like this, or I'm asking questions. But there's like two types of people.
Yes.
People that do that, and people that will just sit
and let it
and
happen.
pay for something and let it happen. And I'm telling you now, it's not going to be me.
Will you do that with like a haircut? Like if you're getting your hair done?
No, I'll stop using it. Well, my best friend does my hair,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Jessica
you're-
Leah,
I
my
like that.
BFF.
Shout out.
and everyone's always asking me where I get my hair done. So I don't have that problem, thank God. But if I did, I would definitely say something.
Is the stuff that you talk about like so people ask a lot of questions like, is social media real? Like, are you putting out a version of yourself that you would say is authentic? Or
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
There's a who I am on camera is who I am off camera, and I like to make like skits. I don't like to necessarily say like, here's this restaurant, I love it. Like, I'm gonna go somewhere I like and make a video about something totally different, but you'll see the product in it because I find that people really like to watch a skit, even though they know that it's
Right, they want to
fake, right?
Yeah.
But I'm recreating something that happened off camera.
Right.
I like that.
And I was just like, milk and cookies. Like, I need milk with my cookies. Like, like don't give me a water with a cookie. And some people think it's weird. They think milk is just for the house, and people wouldn't order a cup of milk out. I'm getting a cup of milk.
You're
so
out at a place.
If I'm out,
You ordered cookies.
if I go to like a
Okay.
bakery or something,
Okay.
and I'm getting cookies, first thing I'm asking you is if you have milk. Some people think that's weird. I think it's weird not to. What am I gonna drink? Juice?
So what kind of cookies though are we like talking about? Like, are we talking about like biscotti or chocolate chip or?
Yeah, if I'm getting like a chocolate chip cookie or anything, if I'm having a cookie, I need milk. I need to drink milk with my cookie. I'm not dairy free or and I want a cup of whole milk. None
Whole
of this
milk,
stupid- I want
100%.
whole milk. I grew up off whole milk. None of this 2%, 1% skim. Jail. Skim milk?
Jail.
Skim milk is jail.
Skim
Jail.
milk is prison. I'd rather not drink milk at all.
This is why you're relatable. And I think to answer Anthony's question, it's kind of impossible to fake what you're doing.
No.
What you're saying is you go through life and you have all these proclivities and you run into all these situations
And I talk
and you're just echoing it on social media. It's like it's like your own personal version of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, people, you know what? And I'm not tooting my own horn because I just think I'm a regular girl. But people have commented before that reference, and I'm like beyond flattered. That's Curb Your Enthusiasm is.
It's youth finding as you go through life, you have all these preferences, and you like to have and do things a certain way.
And I think, and I'm surprised, like I'm putting it out there, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of times when I first started, I would think about things and I don't know if I should put this out, and I don't even think anymore. I don't care how many likes it gets. I don't care how many views it gets.
I love that.
It just doesn't matter, and I can't believe how many people do what I do, and I kind of want to make more videos of that in my house even.
Right.
I live alone. I'm very weird, you know, and I kind of want to start maybe putting some of that.
Sometimes
I do weird things.
Sometimes I think I'm the only person who does a certain
You
thing.
know, I'm
Weird is in.
pacing.
I feel funny, and then you put it out.
I'm talking to myself, and it's so hard too. I think, and you know, as like a content creator, right? I think everything's content. So sometimes it's just so hard. Like I'll be having a conversation, and then I'll be like, I have to reenact this. This is hysterical.
See, but that's what makes it great.
Like the Riot grapes, like those sour grapes. Those are like my late night snack. If like I want something and like
what?
the Riot, I think it's called
Riot?
Fruit Riot. Oh my god, Fruit Riot.
RIOT.
Yes, they're sour. They're grapes covered in like they taste like candy, but they're grapes. And I say that that's like my summer snack because I'm getting ready for summer.
Oh, they're covered in like that sour sugar.
Yes, and I'm like, you can't. I told
That
him
sour.
like, put them
yeah.
down.
Okay.
Put them down.
Sounds good.
Does
I'm like,
very
I got you the cones from Trader Joe's. Eat those.
The cones.
Put the grapes down. Put my sour grapes down. But it's like even something like that. I just feel like there's content and everything, and my brain is always going because everything that I put is not made up. It's something that happened or a thought I had. And obviously the camera's not rolling 24/7.
That's great.
So I have to just think about it, and I write notes in my phone, and then I just recreate it.
That's the reason why I hired. Sorry, it's the reason why I hired Anthony.
Thank you.
Because I don't think like, oh, I'm gonna put everything I say out on social media. And I was sitting. I had just came off a 8-night tour. Right, it's literally my last night, and Anthony and Danielle come to see me in Naples, and I didn't. They give me a dish with ricotta on top, and I couldn't find a spoon
You said that
to like
beautifully, by the way.
incorporate. What's that?
I don't want to butcher it.
What?
Ricotta.
Ricotta. I know.
You said it very nice.
I have this thing where now I have to add the vowel at the end, otherwise people will.
I'm not gonna say it like a fluent Italian person no
Ricotta.
matter what, because I'm not born there.
It's ricotta.
So what's
Thank
the
you.
point?
It's ricotta.
Thank you.
It's ricotta.
Thank you.
Ricotta.
Right, like I grew up saying ricotta.
Ricotta's the tiles
Honestly,
you cover
I
your
never
roof in,
understood
Greg.
that, and I come from an off-the-boat family. I'm never gonna talk like how my Nono talks. It's just not gonna happen.
No, I don't say the
So
same
why
thing.
on earth would I?
But
you
you
know,
said that beautifully.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's like
What
I
I
agree
didn't
with
do
you,
beautifully
Anthony.
was incorporate the ricotta into the pasta. I couldn't find a spoon, so I grabbed another fork. So I'm mixing
This was
the
great.
pasta together with the cheese, right? And the guy comes over with Parmesan, and he goes, "You want some?" And I says, "No, because for number one, it's already got a certain type of cheese. I want to
Right.
try it. Number two, I always try it first. I try it first, and then I say, okay, that way I know when to tell him to stop, right?" And Danielle goes, "Oh, why do you do that?" And I explain why I do that, and then that was a video. You're going to be successful because you don't have that beat in you that thinks like, why the hell would I?
Yep.
Why would I put this out?
No, I don't care.
You think, oh my God, that needs to be out. That needs to go to my.
That's what happened with the girls trip video. That was literally what was going on in the room. This one had a face mask on. Who's complaining about eating at 8 p.m.'s too late, and we're either drinking or we're eating, and I'm not gonna be ready, and who's in the shower, and like we can't hang anymore. And then I just said, guys, I have to just recreate everything that happened. Just say your part.
Yeah.
And one of my good friends, Crystal, she was putting magnesium on her feet.
Magnesium.
Magnesium.
What does that?
is- it
What
helps
does that
you-
even do?
Helps you sleep, and it's supposed to
On your feet?
help regulate, you know,
Magnesium in general helps.
your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we recreated it, and I just it was a monster. It was a monster video, but a lot of it was negative. Women saying we look old.
Wait, women commenting saying that you look old?
Saying how old we look, that we look older than.
Oh
being in
yeah,
our
that
30s.
whole girls unite thing is bullshit. That's
I was gonna,
Girls are
you know,
amazing.
I mean,
Girls-
you kinda,
nobody
you
hates
kinda
girls
took the
more
words
than
out of my
girls.
mouth.
Please.
Nobody
I was
hates
hinting at
girls
that.
more than girls.
No,
It's brutal.
And I always say, you know, I pride myself in being a girl's girl. Listen, I can't like everything because I'm working a full-time job, but if I see anybody doing anything on here, man or woman, and I could tell that they're really trying to do something, I'm gonna like it. If I have a second to leave a comment, I'm gonna leave a comment. I just don't understand. And if I don't like it, I'll still like it. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, because who cares? Maybe I don't like what you're reading. Maybe, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. Who cares? Who really cares about this?
I remember the first day that I met you. We were at, I think it was the barbecue at the panini shop.
Yes.
And I remember when you were first starting to get into it, and I was like, to start and like now is like tough. I didn't even think anyone, it's so hard, but you navigated through the field with flying colors. Like you blew through everything.
I remember when you had like 6,000-7,000 followers. Like
like you really blew up. Like it was really amazing. Like you have to pat yourself on the back and don't worry about the amount of followers. Like take it from like. You don't even want to know what people would pay to have that. Like you should be proud.
And it gets really tricky navigating all of this. I'm not working with an agency. I'm doing this solo right now, and I've developed like a group of people that I really trust that I could ask for advice. And sometimes it's just stressful because I'm representing myself, and it's a crazy business. And I'm navigating the waters, and it's not easy, and I'm still working. People write like, "Oh, I didn't know you had a day job." I don't have a day job. I have like a full blown career in something completely different.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. So thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Because it means a lot
hard.
to me.
People don't realize how hard it is.
Sometimes I say like,
It's hard.
"Oh, I only have 135,000 followers. Like that's not a lot. Why am I not growing? I should be posting 6 times a day." But like I just mentally can't do that right now, and I realize that that's okay, and I could do this however I want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have to post and repost and do this and do that and listen to this one and listen to that one. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and it is working.
It's working.
And like
I was
even
going
if
to
it-
say,
even
whatever
if
you're
it
doing,
takes
it's working very well.
a little bit longer
Yeah.
to get there, that's okay because I'm doing it in my way.
But think of that problem. Like I only have 135,000. That's a
I
good
tell
That's
people
more
that
than me, and I was on television.
I tell people that all the time.
Incredible. I mean, I've followed your story. I also just saw your recent video, the rec team.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I really loved it. And
I really love to eat. I love food. That's why I had my stomach cut out. I love food.
I love that you joke about. Oh, I love that. And as somebody who really loves food, I mean, my stomach's talking to me right now. I really identify with that, and you could just tell when you watch your videos like how genuine you are and how much you love food. And I loved that video that the rec team put out with you, and you were in Michael's.
Well, I see
Were you in Michael's?
we were at Michael's the first time around, and then
Arthur and Sons.
Arthur and Sons.
But Michael's is Michael's is just very near and dear to my heart. My parents still live 3 minutes from there. It's where I grew up, and they're a place that if they never had social media, it wouldn't matter because they're just an absolute staple. But thanks to social media, I'm finding all these new places to eat that I would never have known without social media. And it's like people are going to Michael's for the first time. So
Yeah.
social media is an amazing tool.
People are going to Michael's for the first time from other places in America and in the world, whereas the tourist to New York City would not venture outside of Manhattan because of social media now. You have people going to South Brooklyn, not even like Williamsburg, Brooklyn. South Brooklyn, which might as well be fucking London from Manhattan.
No, 100%. And I was just talking about this with someone else recently. I saw an influencer, and and he was like, "Hey guys, come with me to this faraway place in Brooklyn."
Faraway place.
And it's called Michael's of Brooklyn. And I went, "Are you kidding me? Like they're making it like."
No, they all have this cookie
kinda side with
cutter
him.
sound like, "Oh my god, guys, welcome here."
Oh my God, you guys! So we ordered the regatta.
I kind of side with that.
You grew up in Mill Basin.
For me to get
I
to
grew up in Marine Park.
They didn't bring
Marine
on time. You
Park,
know
you
what?
said?
7
I
out of
live in
10.
Mill Basin. My apartment's in Mill Basin. I say I'm the poorest person there. But yeah, I live in Mill Basin, and but I'm from Marine Park.
Right.
So I grew up in Marine Park.
South Brooklyn is hard to get to by public transportation.
Very
by
and I'm
design.
so glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
Because again, the haters in the comments. She don't live in Brooklyn. Look at why isn't she on the train? This is it. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, hello. If I want, the nearest train station is 20 minutes by Uber from me.
Yeah.
There's no trains by me. There's a bus. There's
I
the
tell people
B100 and the B2. They don't know. They don't
Long
know.
Island, the nicest neighborhoods on Long Island don't have sidewalks,
No.
right? Brooklyn, South Brooklyn is hard to get to because they don't want people to get there.
Yeah.
It's a bedroom community,
It's like Middle Village.
Exactly.
and it stayed very local until now.
And exactly. And then I started a series, my City Sleeper series, where
I just saw the second
the
episode.
second episode.
Very
and
catchy name, by the way.
Thank you.
Love it.
And I said, my whole neighborhood is a sleeper, and people when I say I'm from Brooklyn, their eyes light up, and then I say Marine Park, and they're staring at me
Like,
because
what? Where
I
is
didn't
that?
say Carroll Gardens, I didn't say Park Slope, I didn't say Williamsburg, and people think I have like this vendetta against Williamsburg. I don't. It's just that's not the Brooklyn I know.
Right.
The Brooklyn I know is Marine Park, and it's like this cozy. I feel like a small town girl from Brooklyn, if that makes sense.
My father's family's from South Brooklyn. My mother's family is from West Brooklyn, which is, Williamsburg.
Yes.
They couldn't be too
No.
different of a people. And
No.
they grew up like within a couple of miles
And
as
when
the
I-
crow flies. But they might as well have been worlds apart.
And who did I see? I think Marco's World. He went. I love seeing these like big influencers go. Like he went to Brennan and Carr, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
people are starting to catch on. And
He's from the Lower East Side. That's a hike for him.
That's a hike for him. And
That's like a whole day trip.
I just took the train to the Hidden Valley Ranch release party, and I never take the train. And I was like, I called my mother. I'm like, Ma, I can't believe how fast I got on the beach train. I got to the city in 25 minutes. I said, you wouldn't believe it, because I don't take the train.
Should I even ask you how long it took you to get here?
It took me an hour.
About an hour. So that's not
It
so
took
bad.
me less time to come from farther away. It took me 40 minutes to get here from Long Island, from Suffolk County.
That's where
took
he
me
lives
less
is
time.
far.
It
Yeah.
takes me like 25.
See, all you people saying you moved out there.
No, I live out there.
That was like me with Brooklyn. I had no clue. All I knew for Brooklyn was Williamsburg, and that's it. Until I started doing this.
Well, I was mortified when I went to Luigi's for the first time, which was only a couple of months ago, and I told
He speaks the world of you, by the way.
I am obsessed with him, and I can't wait to go see
He
him.
speaks the world of you. He goes, do you know this? Do you know the Burrata girl that like came to me? And
The
I'm like-
Burrata girl.
I'm like, yes, I know
Let
the
me tell you
Burrata.
something. You want to talk about? I'm not kidding. I don't want to sound like corny, but I really don't care what anyone thinks anyway. You guys get that now. I was almost crying talking to that man. If you talk to that man and you don't feel something, you have a problem.
Yeah, you're liable to get diabetes after a conversation with you.
He I don't even know how to put into it. He is a very special person. And he's another one who keeps it real. He told me, he goes, I seen your videos. And I was like, I hope this girl doesn't come in here because she's so complicated. She looks so complicated. She's going to drive me crazy. He's like, you are nothing like that. I said, no. I said, a lot of the videos I put out is a sarcasm. It's not real. So when you say, am I authentic? I am authentic.
Very
but
straightforward.
Yeah.
I'm very
You are
straight.
a very straight shooter.
I'm a straight shooter. And I mean, the pizza was phenomenal. And I just got into a conversation with him. And my original thought was to make a video there. And I didn't even take the camera out.
You had the best experience then.
I
You
didn't
had-
take the
you
camera out.
just-
I
you know?
think he is so special. Like I was like, I think I'm in love with this man. Like he's really special. But the point that I was trying to make is people are like, I can't believe you've never been to Luigi's and you live in Brooklyn. I live 45 minutes away from Luigi's.
Yeah.
That's not.
Brooklyn is its own
I've went from Geo's to over to Michael's. It's a hike.
It's a hike.
It's a hike.
And I said, now, I have to make more time for this because it's just really, really special. And I need to also start to branch out, in my own borough. Brooklyn should be its own state. It's huge.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Brooklyn's tremendous. I'm like,
It's its own city.
That's the
It is.
Luigi's. That's their motto. Is Brooklyn the greatest country in the world?
it
is.
really,
It's the
really is.
greatest
It's
That's their
so.
motto. I'm dead serious.
That's funny.
And so back to the series, the City Sleeper series. My first episode was Dolly's Ices. I mean, I grew up off Dolly's, and everybody's like, oh, it's Ralph's. It's not Ralph's.
It's Ralph's.
It is not Ralph's.
You even know what Dolly's is?
No.
Oh,
And they have like a great story, and they had to relocate 3 times, and now they're in a gas
Wow.
station, and it's my City Sleeper series is like, not only is it good food, like these people have a story and they're important, and maybe they don't have a line, and they don't even have an Instagram.
But they refuse to give up.
They refuse to give up, and I think they don't even care. They don't even care that when I said could I do it, they're like, yeah, we could make the video that's so humble. They were happy to do it, but they don't care to have a line around the block. That's not even why they're doing it. And when I went into that place, Papa Pasquale's, my second episode, I was just absolutely blown away. And I I grew up around a lot of places like that. And so I'm really excited to share that and to put out something a little bit different. It's very fun to go to these viral places. I don't knock anybody who's doing it. It's a lot of fun to go try a place that you saw, got, 7 million views and things like that. But I do want to also have a side to my content where I'm putting out something a little bit different.
Oh my God, guys, you're gonna try it.
Oh my God, guys.
7 out of 10.
You have to have this vodka sauce.
I like. There's a very personal aspect of this new series. Where you fall in love with the business owner in a way.
I'm so happy you're saying
And
that.
keep
it's
doing it.
less
It's great.
about me.
I've seen 2 of them. There's only 2 of them. Only 2 of them exist, and I really I enjoy it for that alone.
I really want to. It's something I really want to work on. It's something really personal to me. And I remember saying, like, I hope people understand it and I hope people get it because my usual content is just quick. It's me. It's quick. I don't really want to be in these videos. You'll see me. I'm eating, obviously, and a lot of the places are places close to me. And Papa Pasquale's I had never been, and I fell in love with that man. I said, this guy is so special. I said, he has a radio voice. Turns out he had a podcast before podcasts were even a thing. The guy's an artist. I just couldn't believe what I walked into. And I'm like, this is like, I was like overwhelmed with like
You unlocked a character.
feeling.
Yup.
And so
Unlock the I love that term.
and it's funny to me because a lot of these places that don't have a line around the block and don't have a big following, there's a character in there. The owner's a character. And that's what I want to unlock, and I'm really excited. I have a list of places that I know are going to hit home for people, and they're falling in. They fell in love with Dolly's, and they fell in love with Pasquale, and I can't wait to do more videos, and I'm so excited.
Have you heard from the Dolly's people? Has like
Yeah, they're loving it. I mean, I go there multiple times a week.
Yeah.
And they told me that everybody's
Frequent
going
flyer.
in there saying that they want the Burrata Babes order. You just get stuck in your circle. And I want to branch out. I really, really do. But I say all the time, I live in a heavy hitter area. and
Yeah, how lucky
don't
are
know
we?
about it. I call it the trifecta. It's Moretti, Aliadas, and Latore. 1, 2, 3, boom. You could just go to all 3, get what you need. And, why would I get in my car and drive 20 minutes? Why would I get in my car and sit on the Bell Parkway to go to Bensonhurst for anything?
That's a great bit of content right there. Is how come you've never been to Arthur Avenue? Why the hell would I drive an hour and a half, 90
sense.
minutes for something that's around the block from my house?
Right. Like
Now
yeah.
she has a reason to go.
Yeah.
Right. But I really am. My social media has really gotten me out of this. I always say like my rotational bangers. I have my rotational bangers and that's it. But I'm trying to get outside of that. So my series is going to be a mix of the places that I know people don't know about, that are near and dear to me, that I grew up with, mixed with the places that I think are city sleepers that I've tried, because Papa Pasquale's is on 15th Avenue. I mean, I went to Bishop Kearny, so I'm familiar with like the crispy pizza and the J&V and all that because by high school,
eggplant slice. Oof.
yeah, I went to high school in that area, so but I want to just showcase more of that, and I want to put out videos that I feel like no one else is doing.
Speaking of that, you brought something from your area.
I brought Aliadas. I mean, the OG.
Aliadas.
And I told them to go heavy with the rainbows and the pinoles.
There we go. That's what I like to hear.
So I those are very special cookies.
I'm gonna do this like my grandmother used to do this. My grandmother used to untie these.
OG in there, cash only.
Like why? I would ask my grandmother.
It is very OG spot.
OG,
Oh my God, I love
cash
that.
only. They got the machine for the string, and then
I love
you want
it.
powdered sugar. Like yes, all
It's
the
not
things.
happening. I can't
You
do
just
it.
got to tear it open.
I would always wonder why my nonna would undo the knot on the string. Like, what are you gonna use it for? She'd save everything.
Listen, you never know.
Yeah. I gotta see. So
I'm getting like
Aliadas,
excited.
Avenue N.
Aliadas Avenue and 5 minutes from where I grew up, and 5 minutes from where my apartment is now.
Okay. The unveil. Oh, that looks nice.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. And you
Well,
gotta
you have
go.
the
You gotta go
sandwich
rainbow
cookies.
pinoli. You know what I mean? You gotta go rainbow pinoli.
Always
First.
sprinkle sandwich cookies
I love
are
the
the best.
sprinkle sandwich cookies.
Are you a jelly or chocolate
Yeah,
sandwich
jelly.
cookie guy?
Jelly.
Huh? Jelly.
Jelly. I'm a big jelly guy. What about
Jelly.
you?
I love the jelly. Yeah, this is good, right?
Fucking sick.
Those
I'm
are
a-
great.
Sorry, that had to interrupt you. I was dying.
No,
Like,
don't interrupt me. They're great.
I see.
I
see
won't go to
sweets and-
someone's house without something, and this is your house, and I had to bring you something. And I said, you know, it was late. I said, Aliata's open till 9:30. I'm going.
Ooh,
Delicious.
raspberry and apricot.
Yeah,
That sprinkle sandwich cookie was
It is.
freaking great.
delicious.
I'm gonna go for a rainbow now.
You always hear that 7-layer cookie. It's not just rainbow cookies, 7-layer cookie.
7-layer cookie.
And that's important because some places they don't put chocolate on the bottom.
No, it is important.
That's a 6-layer
Are
cookie.
you team? Are you with the rainbows or are you with the 7-layer cookies? Like, how do you say it?
I honestly, I kind of go back and forth. If I'm just talking quick, I'll drop the rainbow. But, you know, I'll say 7-layer too. I kind of toggle back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm good. I had already.
My goodness.
I had.
How do you come in here and say
I
no?
don't-
I know, but
Those were delicious.
when you're eating as much as we are, you gotta kind of space it out.
Oh, trust me,
Oh,
I know.
it's tough.
I was telling them I just got back
really
from Vegas.
hard.
I think I gained 40 pounds.
I was drinking ranch dressing the other day at the Hidden Valley.
Wait, drinking ranch?
I love ranch dressing and
You big on ranch.
When you say
My
drinking,
wife
you
is
put a
huge
straw
on
in it?
ranch.
I love ranch dressing, and when Hidden Valley, when I saw that I got an invite to this event, I was like, I'm going. And then it was so funny because when I walked in, it just looked like a bunch of people like networking. I was the only person that was wearing like a ranch hoodie. Like I'm a ranch enthusiast. It was like me and the workers
You have
that
a
had
ranch
like
hoodie?
ranch merch on.
You have a ranch hoodie?
Yeah.
Yes, I have a ranch.
Where'd you get it?
hoodie. I was specially made for me by
That's really cool.
by this clothing company called Wear Your Dish. They'll just put names of food. It's so cool. For Thanksgiving, they sent me a mashed potato hoodie and a gravy hat. I mean, I was all over it.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Because here's another topic.
I need that.
I'm not getting dressed up for the living room on a holiday.
Oh,
No, I
disagree.
agree with that. No,
I
I'm-
disagree.
I'm
always
not
went to my
getting
no
dressed
nice
up
in
for the living
sweatpants.
room. I'm wearing stretchies and a hoodie. So I thought that
100%.
was a good attire. But it's very OG to get dressed up.
I don't
for the
even
living
wear
room.
Now I
hoodie
do.
to my mother's house on a Sunday. I won't wear a sweat.
It's very OG of you, Sal.
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's someone's gone out of their way to present their home to you. I don't care if it's your aunt, your cousin.
It's an OG way of thinking, and I appreciate that.
Like me and my wife, we get dressed up to have people over the house.
I
We
love
get
that.
we get dressed up.
I don't get.
I feel like that's different than in being in front of your family, though.
If I'm going to like an aunt or an uncle's house, I'll turn it up a notch. But if I'm staying home with my family, my immediate, like my parents, they know the vibes. I'm going upstairs putting a pair of my mother's pajamas on.
You're wearing the muumuu.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I like I don't know.
I think that's great.
Like the hat.
think
Like
that
a lot
that's
of people
great.
do hat at the table.
No.
No,
I
No.
won't. I don't care
No,
how bad my
you can't
hair
do hat at the
is.
table.
Fuck
I'm
that.
taking the hat off.
no, you can't do hat at the table.
If
No
I'm
way.
cooking for
We went
the
to a
holiday,
steakhouse.
I'm being comfy.
We went to a steakhouse Saturday night in Las Vegas. I could have counted 10 hats from where I was sitting.
No.
I didn't have to look behind me. Hat, 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 hat. The waiter comes over.
Terrible.
Would you?
And I ask him,
The waiter's in the hat.
No, I was gonna say, would you ever wear a hat at Michael's?
no.
I was just gonna bring this up. I went.
That's the thing.
You can't say anything.
It's gone away now.
Well, I wore
That's
a hat
why
for the skit.
Can I tell you? That's why I'm trying to dress for
Right.
Sunday dinner with my parents,
I
just to
understand.
reverse the tides of what's going on in the country. I see.
No, I'm gonna get. I understand where you're going with this, and I have a lot of respect for that.
I asked the waiter, "Is there a dress code here?" He says, "Yeah, business casual." And I pointed right to the guy sitting next to me. He's got an Orioles hat on, and I mean, of all the teams,
I know, at least it'd be the Yankee hat.
of all the cities,
hat.
Right.
Baltimore at a steakhouse.
No.
Wear a Yankee hat to a steakhouse.
Disrespectful.
A Dodgers hat, even. An Orioles
Mets,
hat.
You know, Mets.
I mean, we're really, really glad you came. This was a lot of fun, and the cookies were outstanding.
Thank you guys for having me. This was great.
I got so many new places to try.
We need a part two.
Definitely a part two.
Thank you for having me. Seriously.
Thank you
I
for
really
coming
appreciate
all
it.
this way from South Brooklyn to
Yes.
Whitestone.
From the other
Oh,
end
yeah.
of the earth.
Literally.
Technically, this is halfway.
Technically. You guys need to help me out with Queens. I need some new food spots to try.
Definitely got you there.
You guys
Yeah.
need
Got a
some
ton.
recs.
Ton.
Absolutely.